position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Notre Dame's offense will start this game off. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have 2 guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got 2 very dynamic individuals.
Oh, he's got some space. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. Wants to go up top. Grabbed behind the line. It's Rhodes. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. So NC State's offense will have its first possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Back to throw, it's Melton. Working that left side now. And he's brought down after a nice gain. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Wide open downfield. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Got room to work. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He'll pull it on the read. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd knows when to bring it. To the air on first down. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. On the move. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Wide receiver going in motion. They go right back to him. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. The Irish will need to move the sticks on third and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Melton. Got his man. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Floats it out in space. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Beck's going for the goal line. And they're able to get him down, but not before he gets to the 2. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now third and goal from the 2. He cannot get it in. A mere inches away from Pater. A field goal here would make it a 2-possession game, but they elect to leave the offense on the field on fourth down. Slams it ahead. He didn't get there. Knocked back on fourth and goal, and he loses a yard to the 2. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The give on the option. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. First play of the period will be a second down. We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Finds a little bit of room as he'll get 2 out to the 6. A third down try for the offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. They'll bring him down, but not before he put people in the spin cycle. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Looking for room. It's Rooks. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Found just enough running room. He picks up 4 to the 15. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a hit. Snagged out of the air. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And the returner goes down. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. To let that one get away from them, they look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Sweet cut there. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking for a man. It's Melton. Dumps it off in the flats. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Shoots it to the left. Snags it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And the D denied him on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
14.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Turning it off. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Looking deep down the right side. Intercepted! down at the 30 on the return, and this defense has set them up in scoring position.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country, and you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his man. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. To the ground with the back. He's in open space downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big game for the offense.
Got him downfield. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. NC State with a 1st and 10 here. Firing to the right, complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Trying play action. Looking to the big tight end. Throw toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. All down at the 18-yard line. A solid return after that interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Running back searching for a hole. Crosses the 30. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He'll try the left side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The kick is on its way. And they'll just down it right there. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Quarterback on the keeper. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain. 1st and 10 from their own 13. Looking to throw, it's Melton. Makes the grab. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Safe completion on the screen. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in South Bend going on. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of touchdown Jesus.
Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. He'll return it. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They'll open the second half on the ground. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He leaves it with the back. Finds some fresh air. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Clowney. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Throws for the tight end. Got a man in the middle. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, NC State! Great job by the back on the option. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 13 to Arizona. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off the play fake. Finds his tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Notre Dame right back to the line.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Power football with the run. Breaks into the open. Quick step and go. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. right back to the well. And there is nowhere to run. They were eager and ready for him this time around.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And it slips just inside that right upright.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. They're working that left side. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Now the play fake. What precise footwork along the sideline to get that toe down for the catch. NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. Wants to throw. It's Melton. Quickly complete. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Here come the Irish back on offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm.
Gashing the knee on the right. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Irish!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. It's a draw. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. The play-action fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Final play of the quarter coming. Back to throw, it's Melton. This time it's complete. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stance of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Tight end now in motion. The inside handoff. Powers through the defender. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Complete to the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pressure coming. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They're dealing with a second and long. They'll go to the ground. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. The RPO, fire complete to the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The RPO, it's complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. To throw, it's Melton. Pocket breaking down. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
That's what I'm talking about. Keep fighting, right? This game ain't over yet. Like, you still got an opportunity. Does it look good? No. But now, I got the ball back. Great job by the defense forcing the turnover. Now, let's see if we can go out and make this thing interesting, put some plays together, maybe get an onside kick. Who the heck knows?
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Notre Dame lines up quickly.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. The give to the back. Got enough for the first. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Immediately fires to the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on third and short. The give to the back. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better, David.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead, put a drive together here and build on that lead.
That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Melton. Hauls it in. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. NC State will pick up the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Off-play action on 1st down. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making. And that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in a sudden change situation.
Here come the Irish back on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on this.
Snatches it on the run. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. Notre Dame right back to the line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. Got his man quickly. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. On the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on 2nd down. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. The snap sets up the throw. It's complete. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Really nice job getting that touchdown. Now you got to go for 2. You got to tie this thing up, and your defense better get ready because the opponent has time to work the 2-minute situation, drive down the field. This game is far from over.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? From the gun, looking for a man. Got his man in the middle. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and we are all tied up here in the 4th. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Looking to throw, it's Melton. And the pressure will get NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's complete on the right side. There he goes. Timeout on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quick strike complete. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
First play of the first possession of OT. That's caught. It's Clowney. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Melton. Zings it complete to the right. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. NC State has it 1st and 10 to start overtime. They're going to run it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they score first here in overtime.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Give to the big fullback. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got the tight end. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They go to the ground.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They got it in, and now an extra point away from the tie.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. We play on 1st down here in the 2nd overtime period. Looking for space. It's Rooks. Gets it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll do it himself on the draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Touchdown! Got it in to take the lead here in the 2nd OT. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Now in the 2nd overtime, you must go for the 2-point conversion. Trying to slam in. They can't convert, and the lead remains at 6, and now they'll have to go on defense. Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Looking to throw, it's Melton. Fires to the right. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Got his man downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Wants to go up top. Touchdown, Wolfpack. They got it in to tie it up here in double overtime, and now the 2-pointer will win it.
I think the quarterback showed his head coach a lot on that last touchdown pass, the poise and the confidence. And because of that, David, on this upcoming 2-point play, you might just put it back into his hands and let him go win it for you.
Yeah, man, I need it again, right? Like these rules, I got to go for 2. This is a clutch moment. Obviously, got to come up big. Do you trust him again? You worked on these 2-point plays all year long, all week long. That's what you do. You know the rules. Now you got to go execute.
He'll set up to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's into the end zone for the 2, and now they lead by 2. This is one of the best games we've called this season, a thriller, and it comes down to the wire here in overtime.
I could watch these two teams play another 6 times this year, just back and forth, trading blows, offenses coming up with explosive plays, big hits all over the field. David, this is what college football is all about.
No doubt. I love your excitement. Where's the defensive benches? Some good defense out there, too, there, homeboy. I know it's not just offenses that get you excited. Some defensive plays, too. Nip and tuck the whole game, decide in overtime, crushing Hawks.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.